Another video for the day. Let's add some uh, React and let's see how it works. So I'm gonna go to astro.build and see how to add. I know the command, but I'm still gonna tell you how to do it. So React to the Astro. So npx astro add react is how you do that. What is it's gonna do is it's gonna make some changes in the config file. So I'll open this here. You will see the changes happening. What it's gonna do is asking me that should I install all these things, to which we're gonna say yes. Few more minutes probably, and the next thing it is asking is that whether it is allowed to make the change in the config file for Astro, that so that the Astro knows that we are going to use React over and above Tailwind, which we added like in the first video. Yes, please. And then the config file. This file is updated. Yeah, this has now React, and we are good to start with React. I'm gonna restart the server again. It is at the same URL, and yeah, so this time I'm gonna go into the components folder and create, let's say, a home file which says, let's say I'm gonna add a JSX folder, so that I know that what is JSX and what is Astro, because I might be adding things to the same home component folder. Just to create a clear distinction between Astro and JSX, I have created this JSX folder. I'm gonna create another folder in it. Let's say I'm gonna call it home again, and index.jsx. How you write JSX is that home JSX is this, and export default home JSX. Return div I am JSX. I'll try and add certain things to the JSX so that you know how to maybe work alongside it, alongside Astro. So this is how I call the JSX. I'm gonna create another comment here, and I'm gonna import JSX from components, home, JSX, home, index. By default, we don't need this because index.jsx will be called, but it does not hurt us. It should say that I am JSX. Would styling work? The answer is yes. Text to Excel font light. Will it work? Yep, it does. So great, this is working. What we can do probably is pass some props as well. So to the same component, let's say I'm gonna add a prop which says Bitcoin price is the price in USD. Why is it underlining? I have no idea. Do we care? I don't think so. Props const Bitcoin price is equal to props console.log Bitcoin price. Let's see if it shows up or not. Yes, it does. This is the price, and let's see if we get to see the same price on the console of the browser or not. The answer is no. And why is that? Because this JSX, this React component, is being loaded at the server level. So if you try, let's say I'm gonna create like an on click button here. So I'll just try and click this. So on click, let's say I say console.log I am React. It sounds like I am Batman, but no. It's a div, but okay. Would it work? No, it's not working. Why? Because again, it is being rendered on the server. There's a small thing which you just need to add, which is like client, and I'll call it like, usually I use client load. So where it should load. So I'm saying that it should load on the client side. Would it work now? Let's see. The price now is being logged on the browser. So this is happening on the browser now, rather than happening on the server. And if I click on it, would it? Yes, it does. It kind of logged it into the browser console that I am React. What more can we add to this? Maybe, so in the previous video we were kind of stuck with the price not being dynamic. Well, what we can do now is probably we can fetch it on the client side. It is not the right practice to make API calls on the client side to a public API, because somebody might start abusing it, but this is just for demonstration purposes. So what I do now is I'll create a function and I'll call it fetch Bitcoin price. This is a function. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing. Bitcoin price is equal to await fetch, and I'm going to copy paste the URL. This is the price that we are looking at. We're going to fetch it. Now the problem here is that it requires for the page to the API to finish, to respond. That's why we added await here. What we need to add here is async for it to wait, so that we know that it's a async function. Some things we have to wait for a response or something to happen, and that's when we're going to update the data. What next is that I'm going to copy paste this same thing again, convert it into JSON. Bitcoin price now is in JSON again, await, so that we know that it is getting converted. Let's log this now on the browser. To do that, I'm going to have to change the function here first. So I'm going to change the function. Do we need to pass anything? Nothing has to be passed. Let's see now. So let's click on this. Yep, there's the response from the API. We can look at the network call as well. Let's clear these things and xhr, click a get call to mempool.space, and we have the price as the response. Let's say, so I want to again show the price, so I say Bitcoin price is, like, what it will do is do nothing, but again it is going to make the call and give me the data. What now we do is that we kind of create like a state on the page. We call it price update. Price is how the hook will update it. Use state, this is going to come from React. So how it works is that by default, whatever is the value inside the use state is going to get assigned to price. So let's say I say that default value. So this variable price is going to have the default value as the value. So if I do this, it is going to show me this, because we are not updating anything. What we do next is we want to update the price. So what we do is we use this function to say that update this, and we're going to pick this JSON data again, not to forget the USD parameter. And by default it is not going to do anything, but when we click on it, it is going to make a network call and give me the exact price. Now what is going to happen is probably we wait, let's say, for the price to change, because this price was fetched at the runtime when the page was refreshed, but this price was called when we clicked on this component, this area. So let's click it again and see if the price changes. Would it change? No, it does not. Let's see again, clear the response. Another network call, did it change? No, it did not. The price is not changing, and we are just waiting for it to change so that we know. Let's say, meanwhile, we can, should we add something which is more dynamic and would change? Oh yeah, so there was a timestamp here. This is the JSON, so the timestamp would change just to show you that the API is working well. Not the API, our logic is working well. So this is the timestamp. No, but what they are doing is they are giving the last updated timestamp. It's not the real time timestamp. So let's wait. I think it should change now at least. Nothing again. This is funny. Why? Okay. Interesting. So what else can we do? Probably, let's say we add like another, just for demonstration purposes, we say new date. This is gonna be the new date. This is gonna be the date. I'm calling it a date. Update the date. By default, I'm gonna say the price is this at date. So it is going to print the date. No, it does not. What is wrong here? Date says that it's not a valid format. Use array instead. Okay. So let's get rid of this right now. I mean, it's not important to render it. Maybe we can format it, use something like date FNS to format it and then see it. But let's say, let's fetch the price again. Is it still the same? No, it has changed. So now we can say that it works. Before it was, in the previous APIs, it was 70,251. Now it becomes 70,121. So yeah, it works. Cheers.